Years have passed since Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared. The world was captivated. We all awaited answers. 239 lives were on board. They vanished, seemingly without a trace. The mystery has haunted us ever since. But now, there might be a new lead, a whisper from the abyss, a clue that might finally solve this tragedy. This isn't just about data points and radar signals. These were real people. Fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters. They boarded a plane, and then nothing. Their families deserve answers. And tonight, we'll delve into the latest developments in the case. We'll examine the evidence, explore the theories, and ask the tough questions. Our goal is simple: to try and understand what happened to Flight 370. Picture the fear, the confusion, the overwhelming sense of helplessness. You're thousands of feet above the ground, suspended between the sky and the earth. Something is wrong, terrifyingly wrong. The air is thick with tension. This is likely what the passengers and crew of MH370 experienced. A flight that began like any other, but ended in mystery. In the desperate moments before the plane vanished, a single phone call was attempted, a call that could have been a lifeline. The co-pilot's phone tried to connect to a cell tower on the ground, a fleeting connection to the world below. The call never connected. It was cut short, perhaps by the plane's rapid descent, a moment of hope, dashed by the cruel reality of their situation. But the attempt itself speaks volumes. It tells a story of desperation, of a final act in the face of impending doom. Was it a desperate plea for help? A last attempt to reach out before the unthinkable happened? Or a message meant for someone specific? Or could it point to something more calculated, more sinister? A hidden agenda that we may never fully understand. This single unanswered call is now a focal point for investigators. A clue that could unlock the mystery of MH370. It's a breadcrumb trail in the vast emptiness of the open ocean. A small piece of a much larger puzzle that continues to baffle and intrigue. Farik Abdul Hamid, the co-pilot of MH370, was just beginning his journey in aviation. He was at the start of his career, with dreams of soaring the skies. Now his name is entwined with one of the most perplexing aviation mysteries. The attempted phone call has cast a shadow of suspicion over him. Investigators are meticulously reconstructing his final moments, his decisions, and his mental state. Rumors about Hamid abound. Some are baseless, while others raise serious concerns. Stories of personal struggles and behavioral issues have surfaced. Investigators are delving deep into his past. They seek any clue, any link that might shed light on his actions that night. Was he an unsuspecting player in a larger plot? Or was he the mastermind behind this tragedy? The truth remains out of reach. Zahari Ahmad Shah, the captain of MH370, was a seasoned pilot. He was highly respected and experienced, with over 18,000 hours of flight time. His colleagues admired his skill and dedication to aviation. He was the ideal person to have at the controls. His calm demeanor and precise handling of the aircraft instilled confidence in both passengers and crew. But even the most experienced pilots have their secrets. Behind his confident exterior, there were layers of complexity and mystery that few could understand. After the disappearance, investigators made a chilling discovery. As they delved deeper into the captain's background, they found something unexpected. On Captain Shah's home flight simulator, they found deleted data. This wasn't just any data. It was meticulously erased, suggesting a deliberate attempt to hide something. The data contained flight paths eerily similar to the one MH370 ultimately took. These paths showed a deviation from the planned route, heading into remote areas of the Indian Ocean. Was this a harmless coincidence? Or was there a more sinister motive behind these simulated routes? Did the captain deliberately practice flying the plane off course? The implications of this discovery were profound and unsettling. The discovery of the simulator data has only deepened the mystery. Experts and investigators were left grappling with more questions than answers. It raises more questions about the captain's state of mind, his motivations, and his potential involvement in the plane's disappearance. What was going through his mind during those final moments? The families of those on board deserve answers. They have been left in a state of perpetual grief and uncertainty, yearning for closure. Was this a tragic accident? A series of unfortunate events that led to an unimaginable disaster? Or was it something more deliberate? A calculated act that defies comprehension? The truth remains elusive, shrouded in mystery and speculation. A flight into darkness. MH370's journey started routinely after leaving Kuala Lumpur, but then something unexpected happened. The aircraft strayed from its intended route. It disappeared into the night. Air traffic control lost all communication. The transponder, which signals the plane's location, went silent. MH370 vanished from radar screens. It was as if the plane had simply disappeared. The plane's erratic maneuvers and sudden altitude changes suggest a deliberate action. Someone or something was in control. But who and why? These questions still puzzle investigators. The plane's final hours remain an enigma. The absence of a distress call and the intentional course change defy simple explanations. Hijacked, a theory takes flight. The notion of a hijacking casts a long shadow over the MH370 mystery. It's a theory that's difficult to dismiss. The plane's intentional course deviation and the radio silence fit the hijacking scenario. But who would commandeer a plane and vanish without a trace? And why? The plot thickens with the discovery of stolen passports on board. 2 passengers were found traveling with stolen identities. Was this merely a case of identity theft? Or were these individuals part of a more sinister plan? The stolen passports hint at the possibility of terrorism. Could MH370 have been the target of a terrorist plot? This possibility remains on the table. Phantom rings and ghostly calls. In the harrowing days and weeks after MH370 vanished, a disturbing phenomenon surfaced. Families of the missing passengers reported receiving calls from their loved ones' phones. The calls were brief, silent, and then abruptly disconnected. Experts attributed these calls to technical anomalies. They suggested that cell towers might be misinterpreting signals. Yet for the families, these phantom rings provided a glimmer of hope. Could their loved ones still be alive? Could they be trying to reach out from an unknown location? The ringing phones, while likely explainable, added another layer of mystery to an already perplexing case. An enduring mystery. Years have gone by. The search for MH370 has been halted. Despite the immense efforts and resources dedicated to the search, the plane remains unlocated. The wreckage is still missing. The answers remain out of reach. The vast ocean has kept its secrets, concealing the final resting place of the aircraft. Yet the families of those on board have not lost hope. They deserve to know what happened to their loved ones. Every year, they gather to remember and to keep the hope alive that one day they will find closure. The world deserves to know the truth. The disappearance of MH370 is more than just an aviation mystery. It has become a global enigma, capturing the attention and hearts of people worldwide. It's a human tragedy. It's a reminder of the fragility of life. Each piece of debris, each personal item found, tells a story of the lives lost and the families left behind. And it's a stark reminder that even in our technologically advanced world, some mysteries remain unsolved. Despite the advancements in technology and aviation, the disappearance of MH370 shows that there are still limits to our knowledge and capabilities. Perhaps one day the truth will emerge. Perhaps new evidence will come to light. The search continues in the hearts and minds of those who refuse to give up. Until then, the mystery of MH370 will continue to haunt us. The unanswered questions and the unresolved grief linger, a shadow over the aviation industry and the world. What do you think happened to MH370? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Join the conversation and keep the memory of those lost alive.